Hey there, everybody. It's RCK, and I'm glad to have you back here again for our next episode for our Omni game we currently have going on. Today, we're going to be going over turns 27 and 28 here for this episode. Of course, I hope you guys enjoy, and let's go ahead and jump on in. Start off here, we do see a message from Ashdod. It says, well, things are going fine-ish in the land of giants. All of our giants are starving, and the undead have magic weapons, fully negating one half of my bless. But hey, things could be worse, right? Oh yeah, and man lost on Irma's cat crap. So I guess it's time to put up or shut up. I could backstab End or Arco, but it's not really the kind of player I am, so for better or worse, I will go against Ermor with my starving giants and slingers. I do have flame arrows, so that's one positive, I guess. Have to wait one extra turn because past me forgot it's 2 or misclicked and I didn't move my fire 3 mage with the rest of my army. C'est la vie. Very interesting message there from Ashdod. Next we have Abizia, who has made a profit. And we see a ton of battles here. There are so many current things going on. We get a gold event for ourselves. So many indies attacking. That's because of the Throne of Gaia being claimed. So very, very interesting here. Goodness gracious, where do we want to start at here? I guess we can start. Goodness, there's just so much going on. Okay, let's see why End here is attacking Machaca, and we'll watch these fights here with Machaca itself, fighting Scaleria, because we all know Scaleria is at war with Machaca. Very interesting here. I wonder what purpose this served here. I wonder if it cut somebody off in some way, or is he just attacking him just because? It would seem that End is just deciding to attack Machaca here due to the losses they have taken, possibly other things, so that is quite interesting there, of course. Here we see Scaleria fighting End. Of course, we're going to be mainly focusing on the first part here, it being the Scalarian War, then we'll move to the Ermorian War. Just a small raid here, fighting Icthid, so we definitely know that their stone spears are not going to really work out against the skeletons. We're going to skip the Ermorian one for now. We have Scaleria attacking Machaca here. Another small raid. It looks like no, these are undead units as well. Okay. I feel like they're gonna be able to take this for sure. I wonder what they're casting here with this H4. Summon Earthfire, Legions of Steel. Okay, that would work. 20 protection's not too bad. Oh, there we have the flaming arrows, of course. Units catching on fire, and I think this won't last too much longer. And of course, he lost 9 hoplites, and that was all. Next, we see Machaca here retaliating here in 2 separate provinces here, fighting Scaleria. So it's good to see that he is still in the good fight. Looks like these are mercenaries here. And there is 1 Centurion, looks like 1 PD. There's a good chance that this cave here is like cavemen or like Abyssian infantry kind of units. And once you put just 1 PD, all you'll have is commander, I think. And then you'll start getting command, or you start getting units the more you put in. Next, we'll watch the next one here. This was the force that I believe just hit that other army. And this could have possibly been reinforcements. This looks very, very similar. Yeah, this is the same army we just watched. So they attacked someone, or they attacked the province, and then this army here also went into that province too, it would seem. Let's see. No. No, these are separate armies. Because he lost 9 here, and he had 40 in this battle here. Yeah, so these are separate armies. Interesting. I was wondering how that happened, in which case it didn't. We have Scaleria attacking Satis here. Another small raiding group against PD. So one thing Scaleria can do amazingly, same with Ermor, is that they can raid super effectively, because so what if I lose 50 skeletons? I mean, it's really no big deal. We have Arcocephali attacking Scaleria here. We'll watch this. Most of this are raids back and forth. Ooh, not this one though. Okay. And this looks like it more than likely could possibly be on top of a fort. There's Mage here. But this is a lot. This is a very, very high commitment here from Arcocephali, and we have Earth 3s, which I assume will be Legions of Steel, Strength of the Giants casters here. What are you? Yep, they're casting Legion of Steel. This is also an Earth 3. We have a Astral 3. Now this could be casting things like anti-magic, not entirely sure. Now this one's definitely like a Mind Burn spammer here, since it has an Eye of the Void, given a pin 2 on it. We do see Arcocephali's God here equipped up, so this is going to be a very difficult unit here for Scaleria to actually deal with, unless they're using their God, and even then it still might be a little tough for him too. Looks like these guys maybe are casting Body Ethereal. Yeah, they're casting Body Ethereal, giving some of these chariots Ethereal. We have a nice group of elephants here that are all Ethereal. We have line of crossbows in the back. What are you guys doing? So, Astral... No, yeah, we already looked at you guys. That's just because the line moved forward. We have so many Ethereal elephants here. Very interesting. I like it. And it doesn't take much. So, Arcocephali lost 1 hoplite, and that was all province defense there, so I assume that this battle here was on top of a fort. Yes, it was, and this is right outside the Scalarian capital, so very interesting here. Not sure where Arco will be moving with this, possibly hitting 52 or reinforcing 69. We do see another fort here that is under siege from Scaleria, so that's 2 forts down for the count. And I mean, if they're under siege, your cultists aren't going to be able to reanimate, so that is a lots of lost time there. And they were attacking an underwater province. I mean, we're seeing a little bit of growth here, but they're definitely getting fought back here now that they are in a 3v1. So quite interesting. It would seem that Abysia at this point had a nap with them, if I remember correctly. So, let's go back at the messages here. So, there's a battle in the Forest of Long Nights. I assume to be another raid, yes, again. And they should be able to deal with it. Let's check. Yep. Broken Ocean, yep, took care of that. So, they raided the water province away from Satis. We have another raid here. Now, I would be watching these battles, guys, but I mean, if it's just 100 skeletons against 6 PD, I mean, there's no point in clicking on a battle every time. We do have this force here that was, looks like Scaleria ran into. Where did that happen at? Yes, I assume possibly he was like, okay, well, they're going to attack me. Let's see if I can go ahead and cut off their retreat. But Arcocephali had units moving in already, so they bounced off of that. But we do see Scaleria here raiding around the top side. Nothing to really oppose them here at this moment from Arcocephali in the northern side here, since they're really focusing down on these castles. We see heavy raiding here in Satis. I mean, he does own some of his cap circle at this point. From what I assume, this army right here will probably raid 31. I mean, this one has a strong possibility of going after 18. One at 46 going to 27, raiding away 3 more. But I also assume that this army here might also go after 50 at this point. In which case, if you think you can hold out a turn or two and not too worried about it being an instant crack there, you could do 51 into 38, cutting off all retreat routes, and then maybe moving your army here and patrolling 50. And if Satis ends up losing that, he would lose his entire army. That would be a possibility of a fight. So something to kind of think of it when you're in a coalition like this. You have to pick your fights very, very carefully, and you have to make sure you're knocking players out. Like, you don't want to both lose parts of your army, and you want to still have them sieging, and at that point you're just at a loss. Or even if you do lose a major part, you also at that point or you still have two other players that haven't lost anything. So I feel like this Arcocephali fight here, the battle here, is going to be very, very difficult for Scaleria. A possibility here that he could go ahead and take out this Satis army. Of course, Machaca is having their troubles of their own, but they are starting to raid back. And due to the fact of Scaleria having to pull back his forces to fight Arcocephali and Satis, I feel like there's a strong possibility that that Machaca is going to take back all this land that he lost. Good chance of seeing the units in 119 moving up to 98, raiding that back. 104, possibly moving to 86 or 96 and sieging that fort, which Scaleria has already built a temple in. Interesting. Or even going after 95, because you're wondering where the units in 95 will be heading to next. They could be heading back, or they could continue to push. Just losing 40 Solus and Long Dead's not too big of a deal, but also at this point, I mean, he probably reinforced 104 with 112, that the mercenaries that he owns the Iron Men. So there's a lot of different things that could happen here. But we do see Machaca definitely coming back from this fight. So not sure how this low commitment battle from End is going. I don't know if he bought this. I don't know what necessarily happened here. I don't know if we'll see more battles. But if End was going to move in, End should have moved a lot more forces. That's why I don't think this is a war here. I don't think he's necessarily attacking Machaca. Maybe he's just trying to take a province or two off of him, but I don't know. Because, I mean, we see these units here very, very split. It would seem that, I believe, from what I believe, I think these guys actually cause unrest, and that's why the unrest is so high. And that's why they're also in a 1300 province here, or population province. I don't think it's, because I don't think it's from him blood hunting this, because he wouldn't want to blood hunt a pop so low. Other than that, trying to see where he was blood hunting, because if I remember correctly, it was one of these provinces here. Possibly, yeah, I see the Magog Bitch Mother, Cannibal Shaman Chiefs. So good chance that he's doing a lot of his blood hunting here. But the unrest is so high at this point, I don't know how much he's really getting out of it. Could be blood hunting here as well. So yeah, very interesting. From the looks of it, Abizia almost looks like he's going to be attacking Man here. We do see the movement of the Cave Grubs here, a force that he would use for extra siege strength. We see 70 Abyssian infantry, 70 lava warriors and cave grubs here. I mean, he really doesn't have much of a force anywhere else. I mean, I feel like the units here in these castles, these militia, I mean, he's not going to use these to fight. These are going to be patrollers, of course, for his blood hunters. I see he's got a few site searchers here out. So he's definitely working on finding more gems. But yeah, this really looks like either he's ending his nap with Man or he's about to attack Man next turn. We see Man here trying to defend 24, which is going to be the only province Ermor can attack him through. But yeah, he definitely needs to pull together more than that. That was definitely a big loss on his part. Now let's look back at these battles here. We watched these. We have Ermor taking back a fort. Is there another battle yet? Ermor just taking back provinces from Man, of course. And that was really all that was going on with the Umorian War. Since Man has been beaten back, we don't see Arcosophaly fighting anymore. We see we see this fort being taken away from Arcosophaly, or hit off. I think Arcosophaly took this, and there was a fort there, and he destroyed it. Not entirely sure. Don't remember. Arco could have pieced out at this point, since he has focused all of his forces into Scalaria. So there's a strong possibility of that as well. Yeah, as far as it would seem, only Ashdod and Man are still in the fight with Ermor, and it almost looks like I don't think Tis has any real reason to fight Ermor as well. So very, very interesting turn of events. And then we have a bunch of independent attacks here. Lots of knights attacking Man, Ivy Kings coming up attacking Machaka, Earth Gnomes, Earth Elementals attacking Abysia here. We do see some Jade Sorcerers here, so strong possibility of him breaking into. He definitely is breaking into water and nature. If he does get a nature, oh, he has a water too. That's nice. But the better one than that, because he'd have to wait till construction 6 to really boost up higher in the water. If with this mage here, he could possibly go up to water 4, making the water bracelet in the robe of the sea. But there's also a good chance that he will random a nature 2, and that will also be very, very nice for him, due to the fact of him being able to have access to nature level 3. Because if he has a nature 2, he can make a Thistle Mace at construction 4, pushing him up to 3. And then from there, let's see what else you could do. Looking. Where are you at? Where is... It might not be here due to the fact of me being the Omniscience or Omniscience mod here. Let me look it up on Mod Inspector. Okay, Mod Inspector, click. Loading data. Let's go to any nation, units, take that off, all units. Actually, this going to spells. It's going to be in Conjuration. Sorry that you're not actually seeing what I'm doing here at the moment. School. It's at 5 or 6. That's not it. Hold on. So he could contact a Naiad here with a Water 3 Nature 1. That would require him to have Conjuration 5 and Construction 6. Not unless he empowers. And then once casting a Naiad, it's going to give you a Water 3 Nature 3. From there, you can possibly take that up to a Water 5. Or even a Nature 4. For maybe something along the lines of Awaken Ivy King. You can Awaken Ivy King at Nature 4. That just gives you a Nature 3 chassis anyway. I guess it just doesn't give you a unit that has homesickness, because you could always do Transform on the Naiad, giving it the ability to lose homesickness and being able to move it around, but there are chances that it might be undisciplined. There's a couple of things that could happen there. It wouldn't necessarily give you a nice unit. So, very interesting. A couple of things he could do there. Just to kind of cover those paths that he does not have normally. With a Water 3, you can also make a Sea King. Giving you a Water 3 chassis. Or a separate Water 3 chassis. But, that's if you don't go for Naiad and you go for just seeking just to have a water mage, I guess, a high water mage. I mean, you can boost that up to water 5. So, some interesting things there they can think about. Just to help them out with battles later on in the game, because I mean, if you're still only using fire and blood and people have every cross path they can have or every type of magic in a battle, you're definitely going to be at a disadvantage compared to someone else. So that's turn 27. Let's go and check out turn 28. I need to start deleting some of these. Way too many save games. Or saved game files. So here we have a message arrive from Abysia and also a shit ton of battles again. Decided to make peace with Scaleria and shifted to attacking man. So we did call that. Okay, so we did definitely see that one coming. Saw some info from Ermor about an army wipe and his fire dragon won't do much to my fire boys. Just hoping that a few crossbows are killable, and the army report I saw told the whole truth. All around me is war and hopeful this one will get me territory. Okay. I have a commander that claimed a throne of the first age. Throne of Gaia is awakened. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and just click through. So we do have Earth Elementals attacking. They actually did win, beat the Arcocephali Force, the PD. They did lose here. Lots of PD here. Not sure how much, not sure, because these are all like size 1 units. Not sure the cost of them. But decent PD there. But, ooh, and they can Earth Elementals that beat man here as well. Interesting. That was a kind of a larger force there. So let's go ahead and continue watching the Scalarian fight here, and then we'll focus on the Amorian one after, just like the turn before. So here was looks like a raid against Forest of the Long Nights back from Scalaria, since they did take it last turn. I mean, 52 troops here, a Marshmaster, 3 Shamans, possibly doing some sort of communion going on there. And then the Marshmaster, of course. Let's see what they actually have on them. I'm very curious. Yeah, Communion Slave and Master. Okay, so even the Marshmaster is a Astral 1 from the looks of it. Yes, it is an Astral 1. No gems, but it still makes me wonder what they are planning to cast. Mind Burn. Luck and stuff, because there's nothing to really fight against. We see a raiding force from Ermor again, and let's see if they actually called on where they were going with that. No, that's Ermor. Oops, my bad. My bad. I thought that was Scalaria for some reason. I saw the skeletons. So we see another fight here with Satis. It looks like, of course, like I said, he is raiding out. Trying to slow down some of the effects of losing income every turn from all the raids against him, and just 1 PD. So we know who's going to win. And we do see a busy attacking man here, and we'll go over that shortly. We have Scalaria attacking Arcocephali, and I believe he was in that province above it. And I think I did call where he decided to attack from. Let's look. No, maybe I didn't. So, not sure if there was 2 separate forces there. It does look like he did take both of these from him, though. Interesting turn of events here as far as the rest of the battles go. They took the looks like barbarians on top of the fort there for Scalaria. We have Machaca raiding a province back. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff going on. Not sure necessarily who won that one, but we will watch it. A raid fighting Arcocephali. Machaca taking back a province that Indies took from them. We have Scalaria raiding Satis again. Machaca taking back a province. We have a pretty sizable force here of a lot of elite warriors and Sobek warriors atop of maid support here, attacking a the castle right here underneath Scalaria's capital. Very interesting. So let's go and watch this battle here with Scalaria versus Arcocephali. So, I'm very curious that he went after this army instead of trying to take out the Satis one first, because I felt that possibly this would have been the harder fight, I almost felt like. But, might as well do it while you're at full force, I suppose. Let's watch this shit. So, of course, we have what we spoke about before, Body Ethereal going all over elephants. We have Legions of Steel going all on these frontline troops here. It looks like you cast possibly anti-magic. No, you didn't cast anti-magic. What did you cast? I'm not sure. Maybe turning all the... Nope, it didn't cast Power of the Spheres or whatever it's called. So I feel like these ethereal elephants are going to do a great job here. I wish these guys were a little bit more spread out. And then large being cast by the god. We have lots of unholy bolts, or no, nether bolts and things like that being cast. Geysers being cast, starfires being cast. So we have a ton of things going on here. Very interesting, very interesting. Geysers, of course, being cast over here, but I mean, there's nothing holding this flank over here, since the elephants, yes, sure, they're doing a great job. The chariots doing a good job too. Trampling through all of these skeletal units, but actually there's no real formation stopping the skeletons from attacking the rear, of course. And it's going to very much hurt the mage corps back here if they do get around. You do see them flanking on this side as well. But the elephants have cleared out a path. I think they're doing great. I just wish this line here was possibly longer. That's the only thing. Even if it was just longer on this side, because I doubt you've been able to really cover from one side to the other. I mean, unless you're casting flaming arrows, I don't know how beneficial the crossbows really are to you. Yeah, they don't have flaming arrows. Of course, we see his god here getting ready, and it has a Doomglaive. Small area curse and decay. Deals a crap ton of damage. And feats or boots of the long strides. Swiftness, map move. And I'm sure they have a bit of a like hell power, things like that, of course, for the rest of their script. Lots and lots of cultists here. So we do have a very large amount of thaumaturgs here as well, all casting nether bolt, things like that. We do see some of the sacreds here actually pulling back, stopping some of the long dead from going all the way around, but there are still a large amount here. Crossbows won't be able to stand very long, which you see them making a full surround here on the right side. And of course, his hoplites and units like that are doing great here in the front line. His god is unfazed by anything. But at this point, the elephants and chariots are gone. It was only a matter of time with them being fully surrounded since the beginning. We do see the Rotarius here. Fairly dangerous units with flails and 18 damage plus 2 attack with shields. They also have 2 attacks per. This is not good getting behind here like this, because these are actually pretty good units. So many long dead. Okay, it looks like the mages are all but almost all gone. You have your commanders here fighting. Oh, there went one of them. You have your. This is where things are going to start going bad here. I wonder, because the commander itself had one of the helmets of command giving inspirational and stuff like that. So yes, we are starting to see some of the hoplites breaking. But it makes me wonder who actually had the sacreds under their command, because the sacreds are not breaking yet. Possibly the god. But yeah, things are looking rough for all these hoplites that are almost fully surrounded here at this point. Of course, we have more units moving in from behind. At this point, it looks like this is their strongest force. The front line here is collapsing. You do have Sacred running away at this point. Okay, it looks like all of them are running away, but due to the surround, none of them are going to be able to get away. Ooh, that's not good. They just get paralyzed? No, they got stunned. Yeah, they got stunned for, doesn't say how many turns. But the god is broken at this point as well, most likely due to the HP route. So this is getting very, very dangerous. But still a very, very good fight on Scalaria's side here for sure. Taking out all of Arcocephali's forces here that he brought to the battle. Yeah, nothing's escaping from here. Wonder if he loses the god or not. Yeah, I don't think that shield's gonna last forever. So much unholy power and unholy word and things like that being cast right now. Wonder what these guys are casting. The unholy word power. Animate dead. Interesting. Getting stunned again there. One at a time, I suppose. We are starting to see some afflictions come up. Combat speed is half. Attack and defense skills down by 1, and map move is at -4. This is definitely not good here for Arcocephali. Almost makes me wonder if they were better off just staying in the Ermor fight. How long is this going to go for? Let's just go back out. So, from the looks of it, that battle actually lasted a really, really long time. My goodness, let's watch that again. Hold on. I gotta put this shit on fast forward, because apparently some shit happened after we fucking left. Or either that, or we're just seeing a different battle that apparently happened for updates and things. You know, random number shit changes. So, that could also be it, possibly. Put it on fast forward, and we'll just watch this one more time here. Things were going so well, but the skeletons were just got behind them, and that was it. Once all the hoplites started routing, due to their decrease in skills and things like that, they just really crumbled. So many soulless there being cast by the god. So it looks like, I didn't know how long we had to wait, but because I was very curious on seeing whether or not the gods would fight, but from the looks of it, these skeletons can definitely not kill Arcocephali's god. I don't know how many turns we're going to go for, but it looks like we're going to go for a lot. Because almost everything from the Scalarian force died. There's not a whole lot going on. We're just watching the Arco god take a skeleton out at a time. I wonder if it just goes into so late in the game that they route all the cultists and things route, causing the undead to die. That is a possibility. Because I think Scalaria was the aggressor in this part. So that makes me think that Scalaria routes first and then Arcocephali routes, but if any case, I mean, his god's already routing, so if he gets a chance to run, it's going to be out of here. Oh, yep, that's what happens, okay. So, we do see all the cultists here routing. We see all of them routing, and we see a large amount of these guys just disappearing all of a sudden. That's because they're all routing. So that is exactly what happened there. We'll see just more and more disappear. I guess the god died somehow, I guess from the route. I don't know. Or he flew out. I don't know what he's got. But either way, it said he died in the report, so Yeah, it says the Bronze Colossus died on report. But yeah, an unintentional victory from Arcocephali. I don't think he saw that coming, but that pretty much wiped out everything Scaleria had there. So, wow, very, very interesting battle there. Lots of kills from the elephants. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So that was a very interesting battle there that we watched. Let's go and look at this now. So, Arcocephali was pushed off of the castle here, but to what cost of Scaleria? I feel like this has definitely put Scaleria so far behind, losing the god, losing 1,800 skeletons, that he won't be able to stop this next pushing force here from Arcocephali. He won't be able to stop Satis here. Satis is now raiding his stuff back. He won't be able to stop Satis from taking this province. And honestly, I don't even think he can stop Machaka from even taking 96 back. Machaka is going to take all these provinces here. Machaka has another force back here to start moving out. So yeah, very, very interesting here. Very, very interesting. I feel like this is going to be the fall of Scaleria. They were holding up well in that 3v1 up until that battle there where they just couldn't kill the god and they all routed. That was very, very unfortunate for him. We see Ermor attacking Arco and or just one PD, it looked like. Any other battles here with Ermor? Ermor attacking PD. It looks like they're attacking a fort of Ashdod. We'll go and see. No, there's just a raiding here. Don't want to stay here. Don't fight Ermor in the cave, please. But it will look like Ermor will take this fort back from Ashdod. Yeah, definitely will take that back. So Ermor is starting to stabilize here while Scaleria is crumbling. Very, very interesting. And of course, like we said before, we knew that Abysia was going to be attacking Man. We just looked at the map here and we just said, okay, I figured that shit was going to happen. And honestly enough, it kind of really sucks for Man because due to this Throne of Gaia event, it is locking down this castle here for one turn. And that was where most of their army was. So they're going to get an additional turn of doing what they want without having the main army react to it. Makes me wonder, because I don't feel like Ermor at this point is going for 24 from Man. But even then, like, I wouldn't want to use the dragon or a handful of longbowmen and landless knights to fight Abyssian infantry here at this point. I would definitely want my full force. So yeah, very, very interesting turn of events here for multiple players. Quite a nice turn here being turn 28. And honestly, guys, that was going to be all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.